Yes, man. Crampon paralyzed weak heart conception. Open the border, open the border, open the border, a Jaja rule on ya. Open the border, open the border, open the border, a Jaja rule on ya. Stop the slavery a go on in a Libya. Just because man walk across the border, you want lock up with brother and sister and sell them to the Arab slave master. Train them up and lock them up and rape off with data. This is abomination in the eyes of your Allah.
Hey, welcome to Open Borders, Minifans across the world. My name is Luke Mikowski. I'm coming from you from Avdiivka in the Donetsk People's Republic. And this is Jackson from Australia. He's the first and only Minifan from Australia. So we're very happy to have him on here. Jackson, introduce yourself, please.
How are we going? Jackson from Australia. First one, at least, on the Kirk Minihane Show Network. So, and that's
exciting. It's exciting to find somebody from the country of Australia that truly loves Kirk Minihane Show and actually appreciates it.
Yeah, I'm not here to whinge. I'm not here to rant and rave and do 10-minute selfie videos, just complaining about everyone.
Just a classy guy. I understand.
Yeah, not an egomaniac, exactly.
Yeah. Well, we got a few topics we're gonna go through today. Number one, Clemmerstream. I don't know if you saw the Unnamed show this week, but I was really hoping that they would slide that trending tweets thing under the door for him, just so he could see that. I think it would have just been gold. I don't know. Go ahead.
Well, I really like how they played it. Like, honestly, I think Portnoy saved it.
Oh, absolutely. And that's what Gia and the rest of that crew, Jack Mack and all them. I mean, what the fuck are they doing, dude?
And crying and on the yak. Did you see the yak afterwards?
I did not see the yak.
Sucking Clemmer's dick.
Sucking
yeah, and they're just, they're going on about, oh, it's torture and, it's really cruel.
Which I don't understand at all. Like they talked about in the Unnamed show, there's nothing torturous about what they were doing. They weren't in Auschwitz. Or he wasn't in Auschwitz, He's just hanging out, literally getting a paid vacation. And
I laughed out loud when they did the live cut. I'm sure you saw the live cut.
Yeah. Let's check in and see what he's doing. He gets up, puts the book on the shelf, and then goes back to sleep. That's what I also don't understand, though. What was his game plan? He had no game plan. He was like, you got to understand, it also has to be entertaining.
Yeah, I mean, he was clearly just doing it as a challenge, but that's not what the company's about. So I don't get it. It wasn't funny whatsoever. I probably checked in for 10, 15 minutes total before the cut.
So that's another thing they're going to have to do too. Kind of like with the trivia where they were just doing too much of it. You get one or two decent streams and then the whole company all of a sudden is running streams.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I saw there's been like criticism for Jerry as well for his stream. I don't know. Like
he's a quitter too, isn't he?
Oh, well, he completed it.
Oh, okay. I thought he quit a challenge.
Yeah, that was, what was that? I don't think I watched that one a little while ago. I watched the golf one.
That's the only one I've watched.
But the streams can be hard. The streams are really hard. I mean, yeah, like Clemmer, I was never really going to check in. I think he's a boring guy as it is.
I've never been a huge fan.
I didn't enjoy him on the show.
I
think he's going to be in this week. He's going to be in the show this week, I think.
Oh, will he be?
I think so. I think that's what
hopefully
hearing straight rumors.
Hopefully him and Justin get into a little bit because we're going to be talking about Justin a little later in the show. That's another person that I think is just not thrilled with, to be honest with you. Clemmer. I also didn't understand why he would just leave like that. Like I don't even know what his logic was. He was like, "Oh, they're not going to come get me," so he just walked out. So and like Portnoy and Kirk said, that's it. The challenge is over. You walked out with like 3 hours remaining. You failed.
Yeah, I had a few takeaways. I think the fact that I heard there's like 20 people who are involved in the planning of this from the New York office.
Jesus.
Which I think is they need to shut the office down. I mean, they're not going to because they have like 4 years left on the lease or something like that.
Yeah, it's an absurd lease, I think.
Yeah, and I think it's just an abhorrent amount of money.
It's also in a horrible part of New York City too. just in a shitty
So,
area.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's like kind of just out in the middle of. It's not. There's nothing around it. Just
I've heard they walk past a bunch of homeless people and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's just New York City in general, to be honest with you. You should see the homeless here in Avdiivka. But all right, so let's move in the Drips in the Office and the Drip Lords show on Friday. I thought that was one of the best shows we've had in a while, to be honest with you.
I actually enjoyed it. I saw they got a bit of shit. I think it was really well produced as well.
Yes, absolutely. But
even
just talking about the Friday Kirk Minihane Show episode that they appeared on together, which was about a week ago now. It's nice to have two fairly intelligent people that actually have things to say on the show.
Yeah, but I do like the retards too, though. like I know it got a lot of shit, but one of my favorite shows was the worst show of all time, Stephen from Gloucester and Annie Mayo. I love that awkward crap. I don't know. I love that they just spew out some shit.
The problem I have with Gloucester, though, is he takes himself far too seriously. I don't know how much humor there actually is there.
Which is what's funny, though.
Yeah.
He's a maniac.
It's just tough for me because I get frustrated with people who don't understand that they're a joke. And which is the beauty of what he is, though.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's what's so good about it, though.
I don't know. I'll text
when he's kind of in on the joke, I think it kind of sucks. I think it's good when he's.
We text each other during that anytime those idiots are on, and this fucking guy, and getting all mad. I was gonna fight at least one or two of the guests recently, which obviously I would lose. But
who have you got?
Who have I got? I think Steve from Gloucester could beat me up. He's probably bigger than I am. I think I could take Clemmer though. I could definitely take Gus.
He could snap his legs like a stick. Gus. I don't know. Yeah, Gus. Yeah.
So let's move on then to the Coleman redemption arc, and that's what I've been calling the last week or two of Coleman. He had a rough time. The moment that Justin got on the show, Justin was kind of attacking him. And understandably so. A lot of it was deserved. Some of the worst tweets of all time with Bailey Carlin and all that. But the Jim Thome, Connor Abe, it was fantastic. So you're from Australia. You're familiar with Jim Thome? Would you have gotten Jim Thome?
No, God. I love watching baseball, but I don't know any of the history. I know a little bit, I guess, but
Jim Thome is massive in Ohio. And for the Cleveland Indians, he was one of probably the biggest players they ever had. And I used to always just say his name, which Coleman never actually did say his name correctly. He said, I think Tome.
Yeah, Marissa Tomei.
Marissa Tomei.
That was the pronunciation.
I always pronounced it Jim Thome because it just irritated people. But and he also redeemed himself by being a West Virginia guy and sticking up for the state of West Virginia.
Yes.
I don't personally have any connection to that state, but it's always been my favorite American state, West Virginia.
I just want to go back to the Twitter thing, though. Do you think that he
100% got his own account banned?
Yeah,
and that was a smart move. I respect.
There is a bit of Steve in him. He does. I think he does lie more than we think. I think he gets away with it, but I think we're sort of finding out.
I don't think he's quite to the level of Ocella when it comes to lying, but he's up there. But backbone of America, just happy to hear that from him. I reached out. He's just a class guy. I've completely turned the page on Coleman. I think he's our guy going forward.
I do. Yeah, I love Coleman, but I am worried that when he first started, I was like, oh, this is a really, smart, competent guy. And I do worry. I don't know. It's been a struggle. The audio issues has been tough. There's the amount of episodes that have a little ringing in your ear and the volume levels are strange and
which I don't understand.
That's the Steve thing. He comes across as really, bright and knows what he's doing, and then you have these bits where you're like, what's going on here? I don't get it. So
I will say I think Steve is 100 times smarter than Coleman is. Steve's an actual very intelligent person.
Yeah,
Coleman's not dumb, but I wouldn't.
I love Steve, but there were times where he would get caught out on an issue that he didn't know what he was talking about, and he would stick his chest out, and the ego would come out, and he would double down on everything. And there's
been a little bit of that from Coleman lately, especially with Ocella, who we mentioned earlier. He seems to really fucking hate him. And that just kind of amuses me too. I like it when Coleman gets mad. He's kind of funny when he's mad.
Oh yeah. Very defensive.
Yes, which I kind of like. So we're going to talk about one more of the shows from our network before we go on to a little bit of Northwest Titans baseball talk, which I'm looking forward to. But the Justin's Mountain of Mistakes show was last night, I think. Yep. Why don't you start? Tell me what you thought about it.
It was okay. I think Justin nailed it on the head with his responses. I found like Gus's ones were way off the mark. I thought, like when he was talking about a big fuck up was Justin going to New York and bantering and giving shit to Clemmer. I actually thought that was great. Like I thought him sucking was really good, and I thought it was really awkward. I think that's exactly kind of what we want out of Justin, is that awkward kind of shit.
And Gus had a really stupid suggestion for that too. He was like, "Well, you should have run out in the court and blocked the shot." And I was like, "That's like when you grabbed Cullinane's face and tried to shove the dick beer or the dick liquor down it." You know, it's just like, God, no.
I think it goes back to like when Gus was all getting found out just before the breakup. Is like Mike nailed it on the head that I don't think Gus kind of gets the show. Like I don't think he kind of knows what's funny about it. Like I don't know. So that was my kind of big takeaway.
Yeah, it's like when Kirk said, Gus is low key not funny, but he wasn't low key not funny at all. He was very openly not funny.
Yeah, I don't know. He's okay now from the outside.
He's gotten very cocky though.
He has, he seems like the ombudsman. But also, why wasn't he involved at all in the stream last week?
The Jim Tomey stream.
Yeah, where I don't understand. Like that was a big letdown. That was a big spot.
I think Gus would. I don't think Gus can participate in other people's bits. I think everything has to be a Gus bit.
I think he would have ruined it.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah, I don't think he would have known Jim Tomey, but he would have like Googled it or something and just completely spilled the whole thing.
Yeah, but then also it was spilled a few times. Jim was said by the wife.
But Coleman is literally
said his name.
Coleman has literally never heard the name Jim Tomey in his entire life. That's basically what I got from that. Which I mean, Tomey retired. Tomey retired like in 2010. It wasn't that long ago. I think he was a 1992 rookie.
Yeah, okay.
18-year career. He's in the Hall of Fame.
So, but the stream was I was obsessed. Like I watched for sure at least like 20, 25 hours, except for when the sleeping. And I couldn't handle the one-on-one Justin and Coleman. I think. They don't have that chemistry.
No, it was definitely better with Kirk in there. And then when Mike almost killed him a couple times, I enjoyed that. I don't remember what he said, but Mike,
you are a cunt.
Mike was like, "What the fuck did you just say to me?" or something like that. So going back to the mistakes show, though, I'm kind of getting to be all set with Gus, to be honest with you. It was turning into, and you could tell it was bothering Justin. But Gus was just sort of shitting on Justin over and over again. And then he also whined about, he seems to think that Justin did something wrong to him. And that Gus himself didn't just completely fuck up his job.
Yeah, it's almost like Gus can't read a situation.
It's almost like he's autistic or something.
Yeah, I don't know. I think that, I honestly, when he was hired, I really did think, this will actually work. Like he's a quirky idiot. Like he'll fuck things up. It'll be really funny. But turns out he was just retarded and a liar. And
he's
caught out on everything. You can't lie on the show. It's not going to work. You can be upfront and an idiot, but you can't just lie.
No, especially when you're terrible at lying.
Right.
I mean, we're going to catch you if you're a good liar. But he also called Justin a slob.
Yeah, I've seen the photos from
black there
inside the house with that like TV that he had like up on the hallway,
Oh yeah, that lovely TV. And then I mean the fucking guy still doesn't have tires for his car.
That's what I was just about to say. That he's still catching the train in.
You
I don't know
know,
what the trade network's like.
let's see what else. But Kirk did do a masterclass on Gus. He's got Gus completely convinced. He says it over and over again. Justin should have always had the job. Justin, it went from Kirk. It took him about a week, but he convinced Gus basically, like with Colonnade, that it was a mutual decision.
Yeah, but we had like 2 straight weeks of him obviously wanting him to leave, and he refused to quit. And I've never been so angry watching the show. I mean, I was furious. Like, genuinely, every episode would go by, and I was like, just fucking fire this guy. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Lack of dignity. It killed me. It killed me.
Yeah, I couldn't have kept going in there and just getting shit on. And it did derail the show for a couple weeks. He also was giving Justin shit about leaving that window open to air out the office. And I mean, like, let's be real. Like, Gus did bring weed into the office that
he was in a lose-lose.
The office smell.
He was in a lose-lose because if that stank, which I'm sure it did, he would have been ringed.
So my suggestion, I know a lot of people use marijuana. I would suggest maybe getting a hobby that doesn't include that. Maybe get I don't know. When it becomes your entire personality, it's fairly annoying. I've always found.
Yeah, the Jays of the world.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Jay. He got kicked out of his house.
Well, he also went in the studio, or at least in the hallway during this stream. I don't know if you know about this.
Yeah, he like tried to break in or something, didn't he? What was it?
I think he was like delivering something, but
I think somebody was in studio at the time, like maybe BFA or something, or
I think so.
But I can't remember but he like knocked on the door and Kirk was fucking pissed. He went in. So he went in.
Yeah,
I remember Kirk just ranting and raving about that one. Did you have any other show things you wanted to mention? I kind of ran through my list right there.
Well, I just think the Kirk Minihane Show Network is killing it. I mean, they've
it's on fire.
Everybody. I think Mick is killing it. I think Mick's like heater right now. I think that the Beyond Average was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm a Montante guy, so that's always gonna be funny. I think the Mick and the Minifans, I hope that's here to stay. Like, I hope he's gonna keep posting that.
I like that too. Actually, you just reminded me, Snell was pretty bad on that show.
The Snell sucks. I'm not a Snell guy. I think he's so fucking boring.
He amused me the first couple of times. I enjoyed like the obviously bullshit stories about fucking waitresses at diners and all that. I like the idea of we had some crazy like guy in his mid-40s going out living with his parents and going out in the woods and recording himself. And honestly, I think Steve Gloucester kind of ripped Steve Snell off a little bit. Yeah,
that's not a bad take. What I do like though is these selfie videos he's doing in the car, listening to like hip hop and rapping.
I gotta watch those.
They're funny.
He's kind of been off my radar since he disappeared the last time.
He's off everybody's radar. I don't think anyone's paying any attention.
He just then he's like, well, has always been very nice to me. I fucked up, didn't I? All right, 19. There we go. 19, like 18 was what I said. So we'll have to remove that, and we can go back at 19. When it says 1945, we'll start back. All right.
Goddamn. Yeah, I think the show channel is just absolutely killing it. I think, like I said, they've recruited everybody. Drips in the office. It's good. It's got potential. I think they're going to get better.
We're also getting really good numbers. Like when I looked earlier,
they're like tripling it.
They were doing a Justin Mountain of Mistakes show on the other network, and I think 12 people were watching it. Right. I think Drips in the Office got like 1,500. So
the network is imploding. I think everybody is soon going to come over. I'm a McFuss Daddy guy, so I hope he comes over as well because he's fun.
Okay.
I understand VD sticking strong as well over there. But
would you like to make a personal request to VD to join you over here on the network?
Sure, but I think that he's going to stick. Like he goes against the grain, so I don't think we're going to get that's not going to be easy. No. There's going to have to be some sort of truce. I think he might be on the treaty signing. So
you think there will be?
It will end. I don't know how it ends. Maybe it ends as VD as CEO. If anything, I think that's likely.
It could happen, I guess.
They've got unstable leadership. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Do you want to talk a little Northwest Titans?
Well, you do.
All right. So, how did we do yesterday? Did we win?
Took the L.
The L. We're out of the playoffs.
Yeah, it was not good. It was.
For anybody who doesn't know, Jackson plays baseball in Australia, which is just kind of funny to me. He's like in his 30s, and he gets into a baseball uniform and plays baseball with other people in a country where no one plays baseball.
Well, it's actually surprisingly pretty popular. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah, I think so. Before I joined, I never even heard of any of the teams, but like there's serious participation.
Who'd we lose to?
Footscray, which is actually an area I used to live in. Footscray.
Footscray?
Yeah, there's an AFL team there. I know you're a big AFL fan.
Do they have a mascot?
Well, they're the Bulldogs. So
the Bullfrogs?
The Bulldogs. We don't have Bullfrogs.
Oh, Bulldogs. You don't have Bullfrogs down there? No, you got
cane toads up in Queensland. But yeah, it was rough. We walked up to start training, warm up at about 2 hours prior, and our starting pitcher was just never arrived. And it turns out he's been locked up. So yeah, I won't disclose exactly why. I think it's something physical. Got into a bit of a fight.
All right.
But yeah, our reliever had to start. I usually pitch when my shoulder's fucked.
Yeah. How do you think if you got to start would we be moving on to the playoffs?
Probably not, because our relievers. Right. This is the first. So I usually play the seconds. This is first year. This is my rookie year. So
all right. Well, we're gonna
seconds.
Eventually, we're gonna have to pull your numbers because I really want to see if we can get you into Division III baseball here in the United States of America. Kind of like the punters. Kind of like the punters who play football. I just think that would be fantastic. I could see you at Glenville State College.
31-year-old rookie.
Yeah, absolutely. Playing with a bunch of 18-year-olds. It'll be fucking fantastic. Well, I honestly think that's about all we have for this one. It's a short episode. We're just happy. We're trying to get our legs under us. If there are any other international Minifans that would like to join us on the show, please reach out. We'd be happy to have you. We don't accept any American Minifans. It's only an international show. This is a show for the international audience. So, Jackson,
some Poms out there. No, got to be some Kiwis, some Poms. You know what a Pom is?
No, it's a Pom.
As a Pommy, it means an English person. It's a prisoner.
Oh, okay. Limeys.
So there's gonna be some of those over there. Some Kiwis. I know there's some other Aussies out there for sure.
Well, we got to reach out to them. I'm just excited to, I just want to meet all the Australians that actually like the show and just start chasing clout. That's important to me.
Eventually, we will recruit enough that we can get a live show over here. I know Kirk's I don't want to take that stupid ass flight, but
that would be that is a long
21
flight.
Hours. Nothing.
You got to get through Dallas too, I think, which is a huge pain in the ass. LA or Dallas, whatever. So
we'll get you over here.
All right.
All right.
You want to give us a couple Australian phrases before we go? Give me your favorite one.
Well, like, you want to have a beer? Get a fucking dog up here.
There we go. Give me one more.
Hey, Chuck's the dead horse. That means tomato sauce. Things like that. Fucking, he's telling porcupines. That means you're telling lies. I'll work on those next time. You caught me there.
All right, buddy. Well, I appreciate y'all joining us. Hopefully, we'll be back for episode 2. We might just be quitters like Clemmer. Who knows? We'll see. All right, John. I think we're good.